So I just got back from seeing Dune Part 2. Going into this, I had heard, all of the super high praise. How did I feel about it? I loved this movie. The first Dune to me was really good, but this movie is just on a different level. I mean, when it comes to the visuals, I even think the visuals in this movie feel better than the first one in terms of the scale and the size of everything. Like some of the shots in this movie, it just feels like some of the best stuff that you can see on screen in terms of how real everything looks. I got to see this in IMAX, so that obviously helps with the scale of it all, but it's a movie that feels epic. And we throw that word around a lot, but this is a movie that truly feels. It gives you that epic size and scale to it. The storyline here, I think the first Dune movie had a lot of world building to do because it had to establish this entire universe of Dune. And I think that this movie benefits from that because you get in here and we're able to kind of go and just build off of. We don't have to wait. We don't have to set anything up. We're able to go. You understand. And I was more intrigued kind of now by the whole politics of everything going on between the houses, what the different factions at play are trying to do, what the Bene Gesserit sisters are trying to do, what does everyone else believe. We get more into the interesting questions. Is Paul Atreides, is his story truly prophecy? Is it destiny? Is that something to be believed? Or is the film leaving you with a feeling of this is about the dangers of what happens when you follow blindly? And it's kind of a message of, what can happen in terms of what blind faith and giving power to one person, what does that lead to? So it's a very thought-provoking film in that way, but I think it's the perfect film for so many people because as much as it's thought-provoking, it also has all of the epic scale, the escapism that people go to the movies for, because it is sci-fi, it's otherworldly, it's epic, it's fun. Like, it's the type of movie that I think people are gonna want to see in theaters. The performances are all fantastic. Timothée Chalamet, once again. Zendaya, she has a much bigger role in this movie, where the first one, they didn't use her a lot. In this film, she's got a much bigger role, and I thought her performance and then her relationship with Paul and Timothée Chalamet's character in this movie, that was one of the things I was most invested in. Austin Butler in this movie, though, as the villain, was awesome. Like, all of his scenes, the scenes that he was in were some of the best scenes in the entire movie. Like, he was so good as the villain. The only thing slightly negative you can say about the movie, I wouldn't even call it a negative. The runtime, it's an almost 3-hour movie, and it feels like that. It feels like an almost 3-hour movie. It doesn't feel like it's slow or dragging, but I also can't say that it flies by. Like, I think you do feel that this is a 3-hour film. I absolutely loved it. Can't wait for you guys to check it out.